I say this. Back in the day, back in those days, we were playing in. There was one recording studio, which was Federal.
Federal, right?
So everybody had to do their sessions at Federal. You know, Duke Reed, Coxon. There was before Studio One and Treasure or the other studios. So everybody used to record there, and the sessions were live sessions. So if everybody play at the same time, record at the same time, I think it was only on one track. So it's either one or two tracks tape, and that studio engineer was I think he's Canadian. I'm not sure,
Goodall, I
but
think it was. No, Goodall is
Aguilar
from
was
Goodall,
Australian. It was
Australian,
Australia.
Australian.
Goodall,
Yeah,
Rowan
Goodall.
Goodall, right? But he did a good job. But we would play. Sometimes the session starts at 9 in the mornings, and we go until 3 in the morning sometimes, or
Ooh,
even later,
ooh.
because we play. You know, it's amazing because I'm playing all that little ska, 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 and it takes a lot out of you. And it's just as years later, I stop and I think, I say, how the hell did I do that?
It's
Couldn't
called
figure it
youth.
out.
Yes, yeah.
Huh?
God got it right. It's called youth, but for some reason or the other, it
No,
seems
no, you know something? It's
yeah.
that you wasn't even thinking about it. You're just doing it. Because there are things that you do. If you stop to think about it, then you won't be able to do it, you know?
All right.
But so all these sessions, so for one producer, we probably do 8 or 9 or 10 songs. Then we have the other producer who goes on until 3 a.m. in the mornings. And then we have to be back in the studio at 9 the following morning. See?
Wow, yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
You did a couple of songs that we're gonna spend because we want the listeners to to familiarize the listeners with you. Now there's a song that Little Richard did this song. Well,
Freedom Blues.
an old blues tune. That so, we here in Jamaica got a hold of it, and Roy Richards took it
Mm.
and gave it his own styling. You would have played on this song if my research does me correctly enough. We're gonna share that and a couple other pieces that you did as the music now started to change. Let's give
Right.
a
But
listen
before we go to
to.
the Freedom Blues, we're going to play the Norma Fraser, Come On Baby. And that was Roy Richards with Freedom Blues. The year was 1970.
1970, Charlie. So the music is now has made a complete shift. So we moved away. We run through the jazz and the rock steady, and this is now reggae. In fact, that I classify that as real
Right.
hardcore reggae. Your
That
thoughts?
would be a reggae. Yeah.
Right, hardcore reggae. Your thoughts, Charlie, in
Well,
terms of the shift with the music.
well, my mom used to listen to something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and as time goes on, as time revolves, there are changes. Now we're in the dancehall era now, and just like the American music, when I was a shorty or a youngster, I should say, um, I it was on top of Old Smoky and all those kind of music, and
Mm-hmm.
Dean Martin, Roy Rogers, Gene Autry, I should say, um, and other balladeers and stuff like that. Then start listening to Louis Jordan and Fats Domino, and there's one I always Joseph Belvin. Um, the guy we sing one scotch,
Yeah,
one
man.
bourbon, one beer,
Amos
and keep on
Milburn.
those. Huh?
Amos Milburn.
Right. And you have Roscoe Garden, and until you come to what now, the disco, And after disco now, it is whatever it is today. They rap and all that kind of stuff now. So the music goes through changes. And there are a whole lot of reggae music that I love, man. I mean, I play a lot of it too. I record a lot of it right here. Um, because I still have my label, which I started 1963. That's when I started my label, Organaire's Records. Yeah.
And that's one of the things we want to focus on, because for the rest of the program, we want to look at where you are. We've looked at where you're coming from in terms of those early years in the music, and your own contribution and your own recollection of some of the people behind the music. But so 1963, you did your first record. The first music you record would have been what?
First vocal record.
Right. The first vocal record was Little Village.
London was
No, it
in
was London
Troubles.
something.
Troubles. Well, I went to a place they call Troubles and everybody I see, all I could hear them saying to me, troubles, troubles on me.
Hi there. If you enjoyed that clip, go on over to our website at yawdmedia.com, where you can watch the entire broadcast at your leisure. And while you're there, why don't you check out our other reggae music features? And before you leave, pick up some of our Jamaican reggae merchandise, and hey, don't forget to tell your friends.
My name is Garth, otherwise known as Big G.
My name is Richie Blackford.